Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having an awesome day. Y'all, let's make this awesome Christmas journal for our Christmas and July crafting. Stay tuned. Welcome. I am so glad that you're here. Welcome to all of my new friends and to all of my new subscribers. Welcome back to all of my longtime friends and longtime subscribers. Thank you all so much for the wonderful ways that you're supporting me and supporting my channel. It means the world to me. So even if you're just dropping by to see what this video is about and you're not a subscriber to my channel, thank you for choosing to spend this amount of time with me. Y'all, today we're going to make this super sweet Christmas journal for Christmas in July. So I'll give you a closer look in just a minute. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. So we are doing some Christmas in July paper crafting on my channel, and I'm making a lot of the digitals that I'll be using for some of the crafts that I'll be doing. A lot of the crafts that I'll do will be from manufactured papers. A lot of them will be papers that I've put together in a digital format so that you can enjoy some of the things that I'm doing on the channel. Y'all, today we're going to be making this super cute little journal. Inside we have pages that measure 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. The outside is 4 1/2 by 5 3/4, and the spine will depend on how many pages you want to put in your book. So I'm going to open this very carefully because I have not let this dry completely. I made it about 30 minutes ago, so it does need a chance to dry. I'll let it dry overnight, and that way it'll be fully usable tomorrow. But you can see we're playing on that theme of this beautiful deer with the flower headband. She's on the inside of every page as well, and my pages are double-sided. So if you want to make one of these or multiples of these, here's what you're going to be getting. So all the pages again will be 8 1/2 by 11, and my printer is borderless, so you need to make sure that when you're printing these, you have the borderless setting capability on your printer, or you're going to have a thin white border going around. That really won't be a problem with this particular craft because you'll be folding over anyway. So you'll get this file in green and you'll get it in red. Then you'll get the journal pages, and the journal pages are designed to be cut out at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So what I did with mine is I ran it through the printer. Once this page printed, I put it back in the printer face up so that it would print on my double side. Now I do have a double-sided capability on my printer. I simply haven't mastered it yet. So I manually did my double side on this, but that is how you can get it to be double-sided. Then if you don't want the deer on your cover, you'll have the blank red cover as well as the blank green cover. So you'll get those two covers that don't have the deer, and you'll get the covers that do have the deer. And then for inside liner options, you'll have these two pieces right here. But these were just suggestions by me. These by no means have to be inside liners. You can print them and use them for the cover of the book. This can be an inside liner. Totally up to you how you want to use it. But for me, here's what I'm going to be using on today's project. So we've already made our book in red. We're going to make today's using the green. And again, I'll be using these polka dots for the inside. And here are the journal pages that I'll need to cut out. And then I have 2 pieces of medium weight chipboard, and this chipboard measures 4 1/2 by 5 3/4. And this chipboard is something that you would need to provide if you want to have chipboard in your journal. And then I've already cut out my journal pages, so you can see those. And I'll show you exactly how you can do it if you don't have a cutter that will cut through multiples. So to cut out, I'm just going to take this and position it at 4 1/4. If you're cutting these by hand, this is how you would do it. So you're going to have these 2 pieces, then you're going to put it in and trim at 5 1/2. Same thing over here. You're going to trim at 5 1/2. Your trims might not be exact, but they will be fairly close. So then you're going to have your stack of papers. How many you choose to put in yours, again, will depend on you, and the paper that you use will also depend on you. So the thickness of your paper will determine how many pages you want to put in. So we're going to go ahead and take this piece, and y'all, I absolutely love that deer. She is just so sweet. Make sure that when you're printing on the best printer setting for the type paper that you're using. I will have the paper that I'm using listed in the description box below, along with the type of printer that I use. So I'm going to take this piece, and I can hold my paper up, and I can get a good idea, because of the light coming through, of where that deer is. So I'm just going to take this piece and place it down like that. Let's go ahead and get that nice and stuck, and doesn't she look beautiful on that green? Then we're going to take this piece, and I am going to place it down based on the amount of papers that I'm putting in mine. So I know I'll be laying down a liner piece, and guys, the spine really is driven by the amount of papers that you plan on putting in. So once you have your spine set, you might need to add some paper, because you might have a little extra space in there that you don't want, or you might have to remove some papers because they will be too tight. So now I'm just going to stand this up, and we're going to fold it over on all four corners. Then we're going to miter. First, I'm going to reduce this a little bit because I really don't need all of that. I'm going to reduce that end. And let's go ahead and reduce this end. So now I'm going to miter, and by mitering I am just going here, and I'll flare out just a little bit. We'll do the same thing here, flare out. If you think you've cut too close, you can just take that piece that you cut out, and that way when you fold over, you won't have any of that chipboard showing. So let's do this all the way around. So now I'm going to take my tape runner, and we're just going to add some tape to these pieces here on the outside. We just want to get these stuck. I can use my tape runner because I will be sandwiching these edges in with my liner. So I'm going to take this piece and fold it over. Take this piece and fold it over. We do this on all four sides. And there we have our jacket. My liner piece is cut at 5.5 by 11, and I kept it at 11 because I really didn't want to join two pieces. So I will have a wider margin on these ends, and that is okay with me. So I'm going to take my tape, and I'm going to cover the chipboard. See how quickly this project is going? Really doesn't take a whole lot of time. Definitely doesn't take a whole lot of materials, but with that folder, you do get a lot of different design options. So I'm going to move this to the side for just a minute, and we're going to go ahead and place down some tape on all four sides of this liner. And now that we have our tape down on the liner as well as the jacket, I'll peel away the tape backers from both the liner as well as the jacket, and then we'll join the two together. So now I'll take this piece, and I'm going to put it down like that. And then we'll get that nice and stuck using our big old spatula to really work that stick. Then we'll go in and define our spines. Then I'm just going to take this and do it like this. Go ahead and stand it up and go along that back, getting it nice and crisp. And there's our sweet little jacket. Beautiful on the inside as well as the outside. I'm really in love with this particular print. I think it's just so gorgeous. So now we're going to take our pages and I'm going to place them in to see how mine fit. And you can see how those fit on the inside. I have about 20 sheets in this book using the paper that I'll have listed in the description box for sheet paper that I used. So I'm just going to stack these together. Take my clip, put a clip there, and we're going to put a clip right here. And then I'm going to take my glue and I'm just going to add some glue dollops going across. And then I'll just make sure I go in with my finger and spread that glue, making sure that it's not dripping on my book. Now I can take this, open my book, and I'm just going to place this in the center of my spine, trying to be careful. You know, I'm not always exact with my placement, so every now and then I'll have a messed up book and I don't let it bother me. I just go back and redo it. So now I'm going to take my big old spatula and just go in on the front and go along the back just to make sure I have that in place. And then I'm just going to press down like that. I'll stand up and go along the back with my big old spatula. Then I'm going to press down again, and I'll just keep repeating this as often as I think I need to. And now all I need to do is allow my book to dry. Y'all, I'm using Reptile adhesive. That is the adhesive that I use on all of my projects. Anytime you see me using a white glue, I am using Reptile, and there's a sticker right there as well. So I like to use Reptile because it gives me such a good hold and it dries clear. So whenever I make a project like this, I like to let it sit overnight so that I'll know that my pages are fully dried on the inside and I don't have to worry about them puckering or possibly pulling out. But I'm going to go ahead and close this so that you can see the front and how it looks. And then I'm going to be very careful when I open it because there's the back side and there's the front. So you're able to see that these papers are double-sided because that is how I printed them. You can make yours single-sided if you want, but I just decided to go with the double-sided look because I liked it. And I'll bring this one back in. It's dried a little bit more, but it's still not where I need for it to be because I should be able to separate my papers very easily. And I can see because that glue has not dried, it's a little bit warpy on the inside, but once it dries, that's going to go away. So I am just going to leave that there. Bring all these beautiful pages back in so that you can see exactly what you get. If you're international, I do have a site linked in the description box below where you can go and download this beautiful, beautiful Christmas journal making kit. You can print as many of these pages as you want. You can make your spine 1/2 inch thick if you want. You can even make your spine 3/4 of an inch thick. It's completely up to you and the look that you want to accomplish or achieve with your kit. But isn't that gorgeous? The papers are gorgeous. You have all of the papers you need to make exactly what I just made here and then some. You can mix and match however you like. You can take a nice little sentiment and put it on the front. I'm going to leave mine blank like this because I like how it looks, but you're definitely able to attach some sticker sentiments or whatever it is you might have in your ephemera stash to put on the front. You might even want to decorate the inside by adding some pockets. Completely up to you. But I know that you're going to love this one along with the Hey Santa Christmas kit that was put out just a few days ago. So if you haven't had a chance to go out there and look, check out the links in my description box so that you can make exactly what you see me making. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's super awesome Christmas in July paper craft. If you have, please hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.